Hello and welcome to another segment of Just What the Doctors Ordered. My name is Dr. Tim Gant, licensed clinical mental health counselor, master addiction specialist, and certified rehabilitation counselor. And I'm here with
Dr. April Gant, DMP, FMP,
And listen, like before, we had a show and we had Mr. Kenny Haywood on here talking about his weight loss journey. And Mr. Haywood, so first and foremost, the big question, let's go ahead and get it out the way. You started this program when?
December 8th.
And today is January 19th. Mm-hmm. How much weight have you lost?
Almost 60 pounds, 56 pounds.
Wow, I mean, we got to clap it up to that. Yeah. 56 pounds. Man, let me tell you, that's more than impressive. Can you tell us what has been the motivational factor for you to lose this weight and take this journey?
The competitive nature takes over. As far as each week I come in to weigh in, I can't go in the opposite direction. I have to lose something, whether it's 1 pound, 5 pounds, whatever it is. I gotta do something better than I did the week before.
Good. Have there been any moments that have tested you and your commitment to continue to lose this weight? Because again, a lot of times when people come in and they decide to start up on a weight loss journey, they hit kind of a rocky road or a rocky point at some point in time. Yeah, have you ran into any of those things, and what has committed you to continue to stay on this journey?
I did have a moment where I think I went to like 390, then I went back up to 396. And for me, with my schedule, the holidays, not being able to get in the gym like I wanted to, I don't like to really fail. So when I saw those 6 pounds come back on, I made it my business for the following week for that to come off and maybe a pound or something. So, and I was able to see exactly what I did wrong that particular week. I already knew what my results were going to be because I didn't put the work in. Yeah. If I put the work in, most definitely I want results on that Friday when I come weigh in.
I know it's easy for us to tell you that we can see the weight loss on you, but for someone that has been your size for the period of time that you've been there, when you look in the mirror, can you see that you've lost the weight?
Yes, quite naturally, my clothes, they don't fit. So I'm already looking at a wardrobe situation. And that's the number one telltale sign. Yeah. When I wore some certain sizes for so long, and then all of a sudden I take 2 or 3 steps and I'm adjusting my pants and doing, that's it's rewarding at the same time. It's like, geez, because I like to feel comfortable when I'm moving around. But I'm most definitely happy. I'm very happy with people who haven't seen me in a while pull up like, what in the world is going on? You know, the difference in that moment. So of course, all that stuff factors in. You know, you like to hear that, but most definitely, I can tell the difference. I walk around the house with my shirt off a little bit more than I did before.
So that kind of led me into the next question of, are you happy with what you're seeing?
Oh yes, most definitely. Yeah. Happy and motivated all at the same time. You know, I've probably been over 400 for probably almost 4 years. Yeah. And not to say I ain't did nothing or whatever the case is, because I have, but just to see the results and being held accountable or whatever, yeah, just might work this time. Yeah.
Well, you know, I would consider myself more the motivational facting piece into this thing. Let's move over into the real person that kind of puts this stuff together, and let's get some more insight. So for you, Dr. A, when you see almost 60 pounds lost in a month and a half's time frame, what is the thing that impresses you the most, and what is the thing that concerns you the most?
I am very impressed with what you have done. I'm impressed with you because you have done it in your 30 days. I think that is so wonderful. And then also you have done it during the holidays. And a lot of challenge that a lot of people have is the mindset. And so you had the mindset, you had to change your mindset, and then you had to do it during a holiday. That's a tradition for you. Everybody eats, we go visit people, we do lots of different things during the holidays. So tell me, how did you do this? Because a lot of people would want to know, how did you overcome that? Like, I know that was a challenge for you. Was that one of your biggest challenges, or how was that for you to actually get your mind right to know, okay, this is what I have to do?
It's really mind over matter. Do I let this one moment set me back what I done worked all week to do and have me coming in Friday, with my weight elevated or whatever, or do I let that pass? And it's not that I didn't eat, because I did eat, but in my mind it's like I don't want to eat anything that's going to sit with me. So if I eat it, I need it for it to come on back out. I don't need nothing to stir me at this moment. So like red meats and different things that take a little while to break down, I really don't have the time to wait, 25, 30 days for it to break down and come out your system. So I just stay away from things that won't come back out. And I've done nothing but water since.
Very good.
Since 8, that's all I had was water.
Oh gosh, that is so good. You have said a lot of great things, because it's very important that people have to realize it is actually what we put in us. That's one of the biggest factors. We definitely have to exercise and move, because that's good for the movement and the burning the calories. But the biggest thing is what we actually consume, and realizing, being mindful of it, that some of the foods we consume, they really don't break down. They do stay on you, and after so long, they will start to store. And that's where we start to see the weight, because it's like you didn't give me time to break down, and now you have another meal. Because we continue to eat meals, which that's why I always tell you to fast, and you've done a great job at the fasting, because that's giving your body time to actually process and break down these foods. Because if not, it's going to store it, and then it's like, okay, well, they're getting ready to eat again. But you've done a great job with doing your fasting, waiting a period of time before you eat again, letting your food break down. And then also you actually did a great job with the foods that you were choosing. Your food choices were so good. You knew to choose foods that were gonna break down immediately, quickly, and not anything that was gonna be slow. And you drank plenty of water to actually drain it or wash it out. So I like that.
Yeah, I mean, what she's saying, you can't write that in a script. You have to make sure you're going to be committed to follow that journey so that you can get the results that you've gotten. With a person like Kenny, what do you worry more about? A patient comes in and they've lost this much weight that fast. What's your biggest concern?
So my biggest concern is, and one of the things I talk with the patients about is, because they will lose the weight, but once they lose the weight, they start to have a lot of loose skin. So it's like, I love that I lost the weight, but now that again I have this loose skin. So what I try to talk to them about in the beginning, when you're on that weight loss journey, is I want you to do your cardio, but I really want you to be lifting the weights. And that's what we'll be talking about next. Whenever you come to your next session with us in the clinic, it's going to be actually the weight loss, the toning, because we have to do that part, because that's what's going to pull the skin to tone it as you lose the weight, so that your skin can get used to it, because you stretch your skin. And it's so the thing is, your skin has to get used to being pulled back, and that's where that lifting weights, that toning is going to come, where we can actually draw that skin in, tone it up. So that's what we'll be working on really soon, because I didn't realize you were going to lose so much so quick.
Yeah. Being that you did lose this much weight so soon, what is your new perspective on wellness and taking good care of yourself?
Really, like, the diet is the biggest part. So I quickly found something that I could live with, I can work with. Because just stopping stuff cold turkey or doing whatever, I knew I won't be able to manage that. But when I realized it wasn't that I was hungry per se, more so I just like the chewing motion. If you can channel into your brain and be like, that's why people like chew gum all day, or it's like habit forming.
Yeah.
So it ain't about the meal really. I just need to be chewing on something. So I ride around with a bag of apples, and you won't believe with a bag of apples how it gets you from one meal to the next with no problem. And that might have been the biggest food that's been a game changer. Not to mention, apples are coming right back out, so you ain't got to worry about it. They're staying with you. But that's whatever lifestyle you can pick that you can live with, because you got to live with it. And that's what I've done thus far.
What happens when you lose the weight that you set out to lose? Do you feel like it's going to be a challenge down the road for you to keep that weight off of you now?
No, I don't think so. So this is what happened. This is what I found out about my body. Once you take something away from it, and you condition to do a certain way. And I have had moments where, I want to grab a burger. Well, I don't eat bread, but a chicken sandwich with the bread and whatever, a regular meal like I normally would eat. The feeling you get for eating that is unreal. And it'll make you stay away from it cold turkey.
Nah.
And what this past weekend I went to the Biltmore and I had they got a lot of vegan restaurants or whatever. And I had a vegan, I think it was vegan fries with chili or something like that. It was just so fulfilling. It was so good. It tasted like meat. It was good. But when I tell you that was the worst 2 or 3 days after eating that, and it was vegan now. It wasn't no beef or nothing, but it was, I guess, the grease or whatever they cooked it in or whatever. Stuff won't agree with your body no more. So it'll make you stay away from certain things. Like I haven't had pork for like 20 years or whatever. So right now, if I ate a piece of bacon, it's an adverse effect on your body.
Yeah.
And when you start to change your lifestyle, it's more foods that will have a adverse effect on your body. So it's easy for me to stay away from it and just stay where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel sick. So.
And I like what you say about the adverse effects that you have on your body. Let's move more into things like, have you felt a difference in your sleeping patterns, your energy level? With this weight being off of you, tell us a little bit about that. Have you seen any changes in those forms?
Oh yeah, I don't. I was told I don't snore as bad as I did. I most definitely sleep better. I can get up in the morning fresh, full of energy at the right time versus getting up, laying in bed for another 2 hours and then deciding to get up. It's almost like you wake up with purpose, even if you ain't had purpose for the day. You wake up like, I got to do something today, go do something.
Yeah. How tall are you?
6'4".
One of the things that I notice about you with the weight that he's lost and how much you've taken off, it looks like you're taller.
Oh,
yeah, and it's just like you're taller. And I mean, again, because your body's forming, you're flattening out, and you can actually visually see that. I know last time we had you on, we were talking about your extracurricular activities, and we talked about how he liked to bowl. What size bowling ball, what pound bowling ball do you bowl with?
16.
So think about that. He bowls it. Well, for individuals that don't know anything about bowling, is 16 pound a pretty heavy bowling ball?
Oh yeah.
It's like one of the heaviest ones that you can pick up. You realize that if you take it from a bowling ball stance, he's lost almost 4 bowling balls. He knows as well as I know that if you take and you carry your bowling balls,
that's a load, right?
It's a load. Can you really physically feel the load that has come off of you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. From sitting down to getting up, just going through the motion of a squat, different stuff I didn't realize I wasn't doing because I ain't doing a lot of bending down or whatever. But yeah, just getting up. This weekend, just walking. We was like I said in the Biltmore house, and walking up the steps or whatever. I wasn't winded. Shot on up the steps, shot back down, and that part in itself was I wasn't winded like I done did enough walking now. Let me go ahead and like that's leaving me or whatever. So yeah, it's a little bit more pep in my step or whatever.
Yeah,
which is good.
What's different? And we talked a little bit about it the last time, but just to reiterate it and to go back to it, what's different about this time around with your weight loss journey as opposed to so many other times?
I feel like what I'm doing now is not necessarily in vain. Like I said, when your body levels and different things are not aligned properly or whatever, you can work out all you want to or change your eating or whatever all you want to. But if everything is not in line, you're sort of like spinning your wheels. And I think that's what this clinic does, help me with whatever. So now when I actually put the work in, I get to get the results out versus me putting the work in and hoping it works out.
It seems like he's really excited about coming in, especially to get your weigh-ins. Why are you so excited to come here? I mean, again, I understand you're excited about figuring out, seeing what you've lost, but coming into this environment, what do the staff here at ABF do to make you feel comfortable about that weigh-in?
I guess it's just the wow factor, and it gets addictive. So you come in, you done lost more wow, like, dog, you done pull this off you. So that little piece, whatever, like she was just talking about the muscle part of it. So most definitely in the month of February going into March, it's gonna be a different size going on here. Yeah, the muscles will be there, everything will be there because I don't mind putting the work in.
Yeah. Dr. A, tell them what's going to happen when Kenny starts to put in the exercise portion and starts to build that muscle. What are you going to do to make him feel comfortable about coming in and his weigh-ins and his weight goes up?
Oh, if your weight goes up, it's just going to show that I'm going to keep telling you, look at your measurements because you'll see your clothes are still getting looser. Your weight is going to go up because you are building more muscle. So that's what you're doing. Is that muscle is going to be heavier. So I'm going to be happy for you. As long as you're looking good, your weight may go up, but I don't want anyone to ever get stressed about that, worry about that, because sometimes that'll discourage you and you'll feel like, oh, I'm not doing anything. No, you see your waistline, everything is still going in, your clothes are still fitting loose, you're just building muscle, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
And what do you do to encourage a patient like him that comes in and he's starting to get discouraged and he has a number in mind that he wants to get to, but then he starts to take on that exercise journey and picking up more weights and it's starting to develop more muscle mass? What do you do to kind of encourage your patients to stay in that journey and not be discouraged?
I let them know, keep looking at your clothes size. You see that it's going down. They always tell me, well, you're right, my clothes do fit better, because you're going to notice that the clothes are starting to fit better because the muscles are starting to give you more of a form. So your clothes are coming up, feeling good. Your belt, you can pull them in a whole lot easier. You feel real comfortable. And I say, look at those things. You see that your clothes size went down. You see you feel more comfortable, and also you're starting to see a form. So it is okay. And then they look at that and they say, you are right. And you will actually, instead of being discouraged, sometimes people are discouraged, so they're not looking at themselves. So I make you know, let's pay attention, let's be mindful, let's look at what you see. And they be like, you are right. I look good. My clothes fit better. I do feel better.
I ain't never get that discouraged, so you don't have to worry about that.
Good, and that's what we want you to do. Keep that positive mindset, because that's exactly what it takes. It takes, like you just said, everything has to be in line, and that mind is a part of that alignment. And if you keep that in line, exactly, you definitely can do it, and that's why you're doing such a great job.
And I think that to piggyback on what Dr. A was saying, I think that that's another reason that you've been able to really lose the weight in the format that you've done, is because your energy is good. A lot of times people come in and their energy kind of sets the tone on how they lose the weight. And your energy from day one has been good. You've been real receptive. You've understood that this is the journey that you wanted to be on. Another thing that I like a lot about you and your process, you've tried this on multiple occasions. And you came in and you could have came in and like, you know what, this is not going to work. I've done tried this a million times before. And that energy could have changed the onset of how this process was going to work. But you didn't do that. You came in with an open mind. You said, hey, you know what, I'm going to try it. And if I try it, I'm going to give it 100% of my effort. And that's one of the things that's really made a big difference too. So I really like that. You look at it, and what goes through your mind when you walk in the door and somebody has to take a double take?
Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me.
Do you understand that what you've done and the shell of a person that you're looking at now, it forces you find yourself forcing yourself to look back at old pictures of you when you were younger?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at all of them. Like I'm almost back to you.
I'm coming back. I'm on my way back.
I'm almost back to you.
Yeah. So I mean, when you're looking at those pictures, what are you looking at compared to what you see now?
What was I doing? Jeez. How did you get to this point?
Yeah.
But it's good to know I'm headed back.
To end, I wanted to tap into the family aspect of it. When your family sees you, what are they saying? What do they think about you?
Well, I got a couple of people that need to come on in here, so of course they're looking like, hold on, this working for real? So most definitely it might be a family affair when it's all said and done. Seeing is believing,
Yeah.
Old man told me a long time, We'd rather see a sermon than hear a sermon any day. So they watching this sermon at the moment.
Well, and I'll tell you what, it's an impressive one, that's for sure. Any closing messages to Kenny and his journey so far?
I think you have done a great job. I think you're a great example for a lot of people. I want you to keep up the good work. And for sure, you definitely have followed the blueprint, and we can see the results.
Yeah. So, this is number 2, and we wanted to make this a 4-part segment. This is the second one of the 4-part segment, and I tell you what's going on with that. Mr. Haywood has done a really remarkable job in this journey thus far. And I'll tell you, if he keeps at this pace, I don't know if I'm going to know who he's going to be when he walks in at some point in time. But, I'm proud of you. I really will say that you've allowed us to motivate you. We've been motivated by you. A lot of times you look at what a person can give to help your journey. I'm going to tell you what you're giving us. You give us excitement. You give us, you give the whole office a good time and a good experience by seeing you really be committed to this journey, and we really appreciate that. So, any closing words for the people out there?
Yeah, just stay tuned. The best is yet to come. I'm not gonna let up, so hopefully you're at home. You ain't letting up either. So.
That's it. You heard it from Mr. Fayetteville himself, Mr. Kenny Haywood. Kenny has done a great job, and we can't wait to see what he has in store for us moving forward. Listen, this is just what the doctor's ordered. You know how we do it. If you need to contact us or find us on any of our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, there's so many I can't name, but trust me, you'll be able to find us. I am Dr. T.
And Dr. A.
And we're signing off with Mr. Haywood, the almost 60-pound man in 60-pound lighter man in a month and a half. And again, you don't know what that means? Go pick you 4 bowling balls up that weigh 16 pounds, and you'll know exactly what he's lost. All right, take care.